guys, welcome to Chibuzo Math Physics. I am happy to meet you here. I want to thank all those who follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook at Mathematic Quickest Solver in Facebook and in Instagram and TikTok. You can get us at Augustine Galagash. And in the YouTube, you can find me at Chibuzo Math Physics. And I want to thank all of you for your comments and for all your support so far. Today we'll be evaluating some limits integration, doing some integration, and I'll be showing you one quickest way to find your value of integral, to evaluate an integral. This question actually is coming from the National Open University of Nigeria, and I want to thank all the students who consistently visit the channel and post their question on my YouTube channel and even on the Facebook page. Be assured that we will get to you and give you answers as quick as possible. What actually is integration? For the better understanding and comprehension of this lesson, it is good for you to start from the introduction so that you know what is integral and what is expected of you. Actually, integration just helps us to evaluate the limit of area under a curve. It also helps us to find the volume and even point of 2 point, evaluate 2 points of that area under a curve. And the only way to do that is using a technique we call integration. But sometimes it becomes a bit tricky, like in our question, you have to evaluate the integral from 4 to 9 dx all over root x. Now, how can you do that? Whenever you are given such a equation, the first thing to do is to change this root sign. You have to change the root sign because here you're having root x. So you need to change the root sign. And the quickest way to do it is you can as well use your calculator. Even though sometimes it is a bit tricky to use your calculator if you don't know how to use it. You see there is a dx on top of it. Dx simply means that it is 1. So it simply means it is 1 over dx, because in your calculator you cannot find, you can find d, but if you put dx divided by root x, the value for that integration will be 0. But if you put 1 divided by root x, you will find the answer, which is going to give you 2. So the limit, this integral, the answer of this question is going to be 2. But now, how can you prove that is 2? You need to show working. You don't need to just put it in your calculator. So let me take you through it. You can recall your formula of integration, especially when you are dealing with integration that have some limit. This implies that it is the integral x raised to n, which is equal to the integral of x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So that is exactly the formula you need to apply in order to evaluate this integral. What I have done is that the x raised to the exponent, what is the exponent? The exponent you have, you add 1 to it and divide the whole thing with that number you get. So that is n plus 1. So this will imply that, but before we do this, we must change this root x so that we'll have the integral from 4 to 9. Instead of having this, we will have x raised to negative a half, because root x can be written as x raised to a half, but because it is in the denominator, it becomes negative a half. So negative a half dx. So that is the first thing. You have to always put dx. This implies that our integral from 4 up to 9 of x, now when you add 1, it becomes negative a half plus 1 per our formula, and this will be divided by negative a half plus 1. This will imply that our integral from 4 up to 9 will be given by negative a half plus 1 is just a half. And negative x raised to negative a half plus 1 can as well be written as root x. So we can have root x divided by a half. Now it is positive because if you add this together, it become positive. So this implies now if we try to evaluate the integral, it means that these two things can be written as the integral from 4 to 9 of 2 root x. This is another form. If you evaluate this, it will simply give you 2 root x. 2 root x implies that now we can evaluate the integral. Put these two outside so that you have a root of 9. We always start from the upper end minus root of 4. That is what we call integration. This will give you 2. Root 9 is 3, and it is 3 minus 2 because root 4 is 2. This simply means that 3 minus 2 is 1, so we have 2 into 1, which will give you 2. So the value for this integration is 2, and that is our answer. You can as well put it in your calculator to confirm your answer. You can find your integral this way. Put your integral, then you put your fraction. Instead of dx, you put 1 divided by root x. So put your root x, shift, then put y, x. So you have root x. So you have the integral, your fraction, put 1, then root x. Then come to the values. In your calculator, you will see 9, and then you have 4. Equal sign, you have 2. So 2 is the answer for this question, and that is the only way to do it. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Do well to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified as we upload our subsequent video. Thank you all the students at the National Open University in Nigeria. I hope this video will help you and help boost your understanding in calculus, integration, and also in differentiation. I remain your friend, Augustine Galagash.